Hi, boys and girls. Today we read the story, Hooray, You're Finally Here, about a very impatient bunny rabbit who was waiting for his friend to arrive. And he kept asking him, What took you so long? Well, today we're going to think about the things that could make us late for school, right? Now, if you didn't get a chance to hear the story because you weren't here today or you'd like to hear the story again, click the picture of the book to listen to You're Finally Here. And then you're going to answer the question using the text box tool up at the top of your menu. So first I'm going to think about what would make me late for school. I think something that could make me late would be, I got it. I had to charge my Chromebook. All right. So I'm going to answer the question, what took you so long inside a text box? Here's how we create one. You are going to hover over all of the tools up here in your toolbar. Find the rectangle that has a T inside. And if you hover over that for a second or two, it'll even tell you what that tool does. And that is your text box tool. So you're going to click once on that. So now you've got a plus sign and you can make a text box. Make sure you've got your plus sign inside the blue rectangle where you're going to put your answer. Click on your mouse and drag across and down to create a rectangular text box. Notice it's bordered in light blue with tiny blue boxes all around it. You've also got a blinking cursor here, and that's where you can start to type. So I'm going to type my answer. What took me so long? Oh, I had to charge my Chromebook, exclamation point. Well, that's a pretty good reason to be late, I guess, but we're going to punch up our text. Let's change this font. There are a few ways to do this. You're going to start by selecting, by clicking and dragging with your mouse to highlight all the words you want to change, or you can do a triple click inside the middle of the text you want to change, like this. I clicked my mouse 3 times really fast and it selected it all at once. Or another way to select all the text in a text box is to hover over the edge of the text box until your mouse pointer becomes 4 arrows. Once you've done that, just click. Nothing seems to change, but you have selected everything inside of it, and now you're ready to change the font. Let's go to our toolbar, and let's go up here. My font right now is called Arial. I want to change that. So let's click once where it says Arial, and look at all these choices I have. Wow, this is pretty cool. So I'm going to pick Luckiest Guy. It's nice and big. Notice what happens to my text when I click it. Now my font has changed. I had to charge my Chromebook looks different. It's still too small though. So now we're going to size it and make it bigger. So we're going to select it again, and I'm going to do a triple click to select it all, or I can click and drag across and select it all with my mouse, or I can hover over the side, anywhere on the side, and click once. Now that it's selected, I'm going to go up here in my toolbar, and right next to where we changed the font, you're going to see a number, and that's the font size. And right now, my font size is 14, and it's way too small. So we're going to keep clicking on the plus sign right here to increase the font size. And every time I click it, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And you can keep doing that with your font until it's the size you want. Now, this is a little too big, right? So I want to decrease or make it smaller. So you guessed it, we're going to use the subtraction sign, the minus sign here, because that decreases it and will make it smaller again. So now we're going to make it smaller so it looks a little bit better. There we go. I want there, the exclamation points all together with the word Chromebook. Now we're going to move this text box so it's right in the middle of this blue rectangle. So as long as you've got these 4 arrows, you can click and drag it down. And I think right about there would be the middle. Ah, a little too low. So I'm going to take my mouse pointer and hover until I get my 4 arrows. I'm going to click and keep it down, and I'm going to drag it a little bit higher. And I think that's pretty good now. I like my font, I like my font size, and I like that I put it in the middle, and I'm ready. And that's what you need to do. On the next slide, you can click the audio icon, the speaker, for directions and have all the directions read again to you. Have fun.